superficial. We have always been, and we, I believe, continue to be, in too many ways, essentially a nation of cowards.
This is about police brutality. This is about racism. This is about racial profiling.
My fellow citizens and friends, in this point in time period of citizen unrest, I ask you to join me in prayer. Almighty God, whom we revere and trust,
white on black violence, so to speak, instead of black on black violence.
we ask for your guidance and your spirit of peace at this time. We have been wrestling each day with sadness, despair, and loss. We ask that we do not hate and allow our anger to submerge us in an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. Lead us down the pathway of righteousness.
Police behavior that also created the following crisis, which was the war zone style, incompetent, extreme use of force police rioting.
My problem is not whether we can or can't achieve progress in this nation. My problem is the unnatural impediments that are implemented in government policies by representatives to seek and destroy the progress of the people. We have long been silent on these issues as if all things that are related to the pursuit of our happiness are equal. What you are seeing in the streets of America with the police and our African American brothers and sisters are the residual effects that things are not equal.
In highways and stopping traffic, frustrations and fear.
For those of you, because there are some of you who take flight and who hide yourselves from your own flesh, and think to yourselves that you don't need to be empathetic and show sympathy to your brothers and sisters because you made it out of poverty and neglect unscathed, then so should they. I only have one thing to say to those people. Your time will come. The snake is not a respecter of persons, and his venom no honor. You didn't get to this mountaintop alone. Blood was shed for your victory. We must show honor to that shed blood by replicating the same humility of kindness for the benefit of others that was rendered to you.
I've assembled here today may just be our last hope for keeping this republic together. Now, we're not at full strength yet, but we have enough to work with today.
How many more agents will be joining us, sir?
More than you can possibly imagine, Renita. We are nationwide and worldwide.
Raising hell globally is the only reason I'm even here. And it all starts right here in the U.S.
Ladies and gentlemen, our job here today is to uncover any plausible scenarios as to whether or not Jim Smith was actually assassinated. Now, our country is rapidly taking a turn for the worse, but we have an opportunity right now to change the direction this country is going. Now, let's go to the top of the road and map this out. Renita, why don't you start with your report, and then we'll reenact the scene.
Yes, sir. On May 28, 2015, Congressman Jim Smith and Senator Harold Graves were seen in Central Park, on the corner of Central Park West and Frederick Douglass Boulevard.
Times have changed, Jim.
They always say that.
No, I'm serious. I'm talking about Ferguson, New York City, and now Baltimore. These confrontations between African Americans and the local police are getting out of control.
Absolutely. You know, they really shouldn't underestimate.
It's showing the world how angry Americans are toward the justice system. One more incident like these, and I don't know what's going to happen.
If it happens again, a lot of people are going to get hurt. We really need to move ahead with this conference. Can I count on your support?
Absolutely.
Great. Thank you. You see the police even tasered some 70-year-old man with his hands in the air? I mean, what the hell is going on?
I hadn't heard about that incident.
I don't want to use words like civil war, but we really need to move fast. But if we don't make some deep changes, our democracy and our way of life, they're going to fall apart.
You're right, Jim. But you know the local law enforcement and the mayors aren't going to welcome this initiative.
I know. They'll see it as some kind of indictment.
Listen, Jim. We have to maintain absolute secrecy on this meeting. We both know the attendees aren't happy about coming to this gathering for fear of exposure.
I'll be frank with you, Harold. They brought this on themselves by sleeping with the enemy. I'm just trying to set things right.
Well, you better do a hell of a job of convincing them to step back from their unbridled arrogance, because I can't protect you from these vultures.
You know, the mayor had an event downtown, and I was there, and I only got like 3 hours of sleep.
Well, that's more than I got. I bet you went dancing, didn't you?
Oh, girl, I was doing my thing.
See, why can't I have that job with the fancy parties and all the perks?
Hey, see, I worked hard to get in a position like this. You gotta pay your dues, like I did. You gotta do it.
I'm trying.
That's understood. Here's the deal. There's a tight noose around the necks of local law enforcement prompting these confrontations. I know who's holding the rope.
It's empty out here.
Yeah, where's the eye candy?
I'm done with this, man. I don't want to be a part of it anymore. It's too late to back out.
Here's the deal.
I heard that.
Watch it.
Hey, watch it! You can't back out like that. Well, you do what you gotta do, man. I'm done. Damn it! Ow. Ah! Hey! 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 Hey!
FBI! Don't move! FBI, don't move!
FBI! Are they coming?
Yeah, EMS en route.
Congressman's dead.
Are you sure? Let's go, let's go!
Security details taking care of the senator. What happened?
No, but I don't think that matters. Look on the roof. The guy with binoculars. There's two sides to every coin, Brianna. That's where our investigation begins.
that we have the agent's perspective, let's see if we can draw some conclusions as to whether or not Congressman Jim Smith died of a random shooting or was truly assassinated.
Allow me to play devil's advocate on this one, sir. According to the ballistics, the bullet that was found in the victim is the same bullet that was found in the congressman and senator.
So we're still on the premise of a single shooter? Yes, but according to the agents on the scene, they heard 2 shots fired and then a third. We just need to look harder.
I agree with Agent Haywood, sir. I think the agents on the scene heard a 3rd shot, but recognized it wasn't a random shooting like it was reported.
Well, that's true. The man jumped the wall and ran into a car that was waiting for him. Andy had a high-grade bullet. Look, I don't believe that this first victim was worth all that trouble.
Well, Cassian and I were looking at the forensic report if it was the same bullet. But if it was, the wound of both victims would haven't been the same.
But the congressman's wound was more devastating than that of the victim and the senator.
True, but the senator almost lost his arm due to the explosive nature of the bullet, and the victim had the same kind of devastation to his body.
On the other hand, Congressman Smith had less rupture of his organs, which indicates he was shot by a sniper's rifle.
But still, we only have one type of bullet. So unless you can explain to me where the bullet is for the sniper rifle, we're back to square one.
Chief, can you excuse me for a moment?
Sure, go ahead.
Thank you, sir.
All right, Vince, I need something from you. You're our long-range sniper expert. Is it possible that we haven't recovered the bullet from Jim Smith? Is it possible that there was foul play in discarding what was actually the bullet that killed him? Now, no matter how outlandish your theories might be, I want to hear them now.
Okay, Chief. Basically, your typical sniper bullet is going to be a 170 grain hollow point. Okay, now what that means is that the front of the bullet has a hole in it. Okay, the rest of the bullet is streamlined. Now what that does is it reduces drag and it keeps its speed. Now, I'm telling you right now, that type of bullet was not in the report. Plain and simple.
Chief, I have something that I think could be critical to the case. Now, I know it's all circumstantial right now, but it could be important.
I want to hear it.
Thank you, sir. Agent Nicolette stated that right after the shooting, she witnessed a flash of light, like someone looking through binoculars, on the rooftop of that apartment building right there.
Okay. See, Chief? That line of sight, that's actually perfect for a second shooter, if they had sniper capabilities. That is a high vantage point, and they have very good distance for coverage.
I agree, sir. I mean, I have a very strong sense that this was a planned attack. I just don't feel like it was a random shooting like originally reported. I mean, from the shooter to the first victim and even the jogger.
Right, I agree. The jogger was a little bit too happy to tell his story on the news. He kept stressing that it was a random attack.
In the reports, the agents were looking at him as he jogged past Baghdad.
Right.
Yeah.
As if it was on purpose to separate them before the shot.
Separate the senator.
Right.
Push away.
All right, Vince, why don't you join me and Cassie over here for a moment, all right?
I was trying to be silent on this one. You know, plays devil's advocate, think outside the box. All we need is one clinch to make the theory stand that it was a setup.
I'm starting to get suspicious now, too. I mean, I know the agent was on the scene. It's all circumstantial right now, but it's starting to add up.
I know Agent Nicolette, and if she said it was foul play, then it was foul play.
All right, folks. Cassie has a theory. Vince backs it up. Her background in forensics has been indispensable. I'll let her brief you.
Thank you, sir. So all along we were looking for different bullets, as if the sniper and gunman were 2 separate entities. But if we have a case, it would be because of this. The bullet we found in all 3 persons is the same bullet, but more than likely from 2 different shooters.
But how could that be? Agent Carnella just stated that the sniper bullet was of a very specific type. This bullet clearly wasn't that.
True, but the bullet can be used for long and short range, and it's quite identical to the standard sniper bullet. The difference? The wound. See, at a short distance, it has a great impact to the body, like Senator Graves and the victim. And say, for example, if we were to get a shot from the apartment rooftop, it would have less of a damage to the body because of reduced speed and less energy.
That's absolutely right. So the bullet would have the exact same amount of damage if it was from the exact same shooter. Basically, what happens is this bullet practically explodes when it is hit from something at a short range.
I'm all in. He was taken down. Congressman Smith was taken down.
Okay, it's clear to me right now that your preliminary findings merit further investigation. It appears that we're dealing with an international syndicate with significant domestic ties that are responsible for this heinous act. Agents, now more than ever, we keep everything in-house. I don't care how other agencies are run, all right? We stick together, we work together, and we fight together. Now, we have a strong possibility of an assassination on our hands. We are at war with some very dangerous people in a very dangerous world. Now, I guarantee you that our life will change for the worse unless we do something now. Ladies and gentlemen, we are the book.
David.
Sir, glad you could make it.
Is this where the shooting took place?
That's right. This is where Agent Nicolette popped off 3 shots and nailed the perp in the shoulder. But he was still able to jump over that wall.
I'm gonna go take a look at it myself.
All right.